Welcome to the Cowboys versus Ninjas podcast. We've got some seriously cool flash fiction stories that you all sent in. And today we're going to kind of like jump right into two of them.
Yeah,
Where six shooters meet those shadow blades in the Wild West, gets a whole lot stranger.
that's right. We're taking you on a fantastic journey through these pages. And first up, we have a story where cowboys and a Native American warrior, they discover a buried spacecraft
Wow.
that kicks off this like high-stakes chase, outlaws, shadowy government agency, all after this powerful alien tech.
That's crazy. Okay, so second story, right.
Yes.
We're going to find ourselves trapped inside the infamous Winchester Mansion, you know that place, with a gunslinger and a deadly ninja assassin.
Right.
A place full of ghostly horrors, deadly secrets, and it all revolves around a single cursed weapon.
You got it.
So think of this episode as like your express route to the heart of these stories. We're here to, pull out the most mind-bending parts, draw some surprising connections, and hopefully, give you a few of those satisfying now I get it moments.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's jump into our first story, Gunslingers and Gods.
Let's do it.
Okay, so picture this. It's the late 19th century Nevada desert. Now, you're probably imagining like dusty plains, maybe a lone coyote howling,
Sure.
right? But what if, like, this familiar Western scene had a hidden layer?
Yeah.
What if, like, for years there'd been strange lights flickering in the sky, people vanish without a trace,
Yeah.
and the local Apache tribes, they've been whispering about these sky gods and their powerful relics.
Interesting.
It's like the Wild West, but with this definite, like, undercurrent of something truly bizarre. What strikes you about that?
Well, what's really neat is, the author takes this, iconic setting, the Wild West,
Yeah.
and he starts to like play with it. It's not just tall tales, right? These are like things happening, like the lights, disappearances.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, how much of what we think is just myth could actually be real?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And our guide through this strange landscape is Jack Remington, the ultimate hardened bounty hunter.
Right.
Tough as nails, and he's on the trial of this notorious outlaw, Jericho Graves. But get this, Graves isn't after like the usual loot, gold and jewels.
Right.
He's hunting something ancient. So, right away, this isn't just about bringing a bad guy to justice. Something bigger is happening. How does that grab you?
Well, yeah. It takes it way beyond like a personal vendetta or revenge. There's something larger at play, right?
Yeah.
And when the villain wants something out of the ordinary, it tells you that we're entering this world where those normal rules don't apply anymore.
Exactly, yeah. And then, bam, this earthquake hits near the sacred canyon. But it doesn't just shake things up. It unearths this metallic structure, an ancient spacecraft buried beneath the desert floor.
Oh, wow.
I mean, can you picture that? Cowboys in a spaceship. It's
Yeah.
just the ultimate collision of worlds. And inside, they discover this alien artifact just humming and pulsing with this otherworldly energy. It's the point where the whispers, the legends become undeniable reality.
Wow.
What do you think that does to them?
I think it just completely shatters everything they thought they knew. Like you find a spaceship in the Wild West, that changes everything. And that pulsing energy, that tells you right away that this is powerful. This is not just some historical artifact that's going to change things.
Yeah, big time. And as you can probably guess, a discovery like that, it doesn't stay secret for long. All of a sudden, the sky darkens, this sleek, metallic, disc-shaped craft, it just descends. This isn't just some forgotten relic. Somebody out there or something is very interested. It's no longer just a dusty bounty hunt. This is like a potential intergalactic encounter. How does that grab you?
Oh, man, the tension just goes through the roof.
Right.
It's not just something local anymore. There are these outside forces, and they're way more advanced. It's a whole new level of danger. It's bigger than just a gunfight.
It is. And right then, Tala enters the picture, this fierce Apache warrior, a tracker. And she's the one who understands how serious this is. She warns Jack, those sky gods are real. Humanity's desire for their power, it's a recipe for disaster. It's such a cool twist, this unexpected alliance between the bounty hunter and the Native American warrior. In a normal Western, they'd be on opposite sides. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it shows you that when there's this huge threat, right, differences don't matter as much anymore. They have to work together. Plus, Tala knows things, her knowledge, her perspective, it challenges Jack's view of the world. It's a good team.
It is, yeah. And they're not just dealing with some weird lights in the sky anymore. They're running from Jericho Graves and his gang.
Oh, yeah.
They want that alien tech too. And then, boom, mysterious government organization shows up calling themselves the Order of the Black Star. So now it's outlaws, extraterrestrials, and a secret government agency all fighting for control of this alien power. Talk about high stakes. What does that do to the story?
Oh, man, it makes it so much more exciting. You never know who to trust, right? Each group has their own goals, their own agenda, and it keeps you guessing. Who's the real bad guy here?
Huh?
Is it the outlaws, the aliens, or maybe even the government?
Yeah, good question. And their journey to figure all of this out, it takes them through these incredible places. Abandoned ghost towns, forgotten mines. I mean, places already full of Wild West mystery, now with this alien twist. And they find these ancient petroglyphs showing what look like cowboys fighting like strange otherworldly creatures. Can you imagine history turned on its head like that?
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. It's like those petroglyphs, they connect the past to the present.
Yeah. Yeah?
It's not just happening now. Maybe this has been going on for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what really happened back then.
Absolutely. And then they stumble upon this hidden underground facility. Clearly, the government was messing around with alien tech there, and it looks like things went really bad. That's a whole other layer of conspiracy, right? It makes you wonder what they're willing to do for power.
Like a warning sign, right? It shows you that this tech, it's dangerous. Maybe humans can't handle it.
Good point. And it doesn't stop there. Their journey takes them to this remote frontier town. They meet this preacher with these like glowing eyes talking about a coming war between humanity and the gods. I mean, it's this bizarre mix of like frontier religion and potential alien invasion. What do you make of that?
It just adds this whole other layer of creepiness.
Right.
It's not just about the artifact anymore. Maybe it's about like destiny, and this mix of religion and aliens. It's really unsettling.
It is. And here's the kicker. They discover a derelict alien battleship hidden beneath the Grand Canyon. And get this, some of its weapons still work. I mean, the Grand Canyon is amazing on its own, but an alien warship under it, it just blows your mind.
Right. It's like, we thought it was just some artifacts, maybe a crashed ship,
Yes.
but a whole warship. That means there's more of them out there
Yep.
somewhere. And those weapons, that's scary.
Oh, yeah. And it all comes down to this final showdown on top of Thunder Mesa, the supposed landing site of the sky gods.
Oh.
You've got Jack, Tala, and some surprising allies they picked up along the way. They're facing Jericho Graves, who's now powered up with alien tech, and the government's coming in hot, and Jack's right there in the middle with his trusty six-shooter in one hand and a glowing energy rifle in the other. That's an image, isn't it?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
The old and the new all mixed together.
Yeah.
It shows you the choices Jack has to make,
Right.
What path will he choose?
Exactly. And here's where things get really interesting. Jack has this moral dilemma.
Right.
Does he destroy the artifact, bury the truth forever?
Mm.
Or does he try to use its power knowing it could change him, change humanity? What would you do?
That's a tough one.
Right.
It makes you think, can we handle that kind of power?
Mm-hmm.
Or will it corrupt us? It's a question we're still asking today.
No, we are. But just when you think you've got it all figured out, bam. One final, shocking twist. The real sky gods, they never left.
What?
They're not just legends. They're down there beneath the earth, and they're waking up. It changes everything, right?
Oh, yeah. It makes you realize this is just the beginning. There's so much more to come. And who knows what those sky gods are really like?
Yeah, we don't. So Gunslingers and Gods, it's this wild ride of classic Western tropes mixed with a really smart science fiction mystery. It explores ancient secrets, the dangers of power, and the crazy alliances that can happen when the world turns upside down. That contrast, between Wild West and advanced alien technology, it's just so unique and captivating.
I agree. It's a great read.
Now let's switch gears, head into a different kind of danger. Time for our second story, The Winchester Curse.
Oh, yeah, this is a spooky one. So imagine it's 1886. You're in San Jose, California, standing before the infamous Winchester Mansion. Even before we meet the characters, you already know this place. The most haunted house in America, full of mystery and potential for the supernatural. What do you think when you hear that?
I get goosebumps, definitely.
Right. You just know something creepy is going to happen.
Yeah. And stepping into this, haunted playground is Jesse Holt, your typical gunslinger, down on his luck, and definitely doesn't believe in ghosts.
Okay.
But the rumors of treasure hidden inside this massive Winchester mansion, well, that's something even Jesse can't resist. I love how he's this grounded, practical guy in this supernatural setting. What do you think that sets up?
I think it's really cool how his skepticism lets you, the listener, kind of ease into the story. You're like, yeah, I don't believe in ghosts either, Jesse. But then as the story goes on and those ghostly encounters ramp up, you start to question things
Yeah.
right along with him. It makes it much more immersive.
I agree. But Jesse's not alone in this treasure hunt. We also meet Lady Wren, this master shinobi, part of the ancient Kurahane clan. And she's not after gold. She wants this weapon, a weapon of dark sorcery, hidden somewhere in the mansion. And there's this whole backstory about her clan and a centuries-old quest. It adds this layer of ninja lore, Eastern mysticism to the Western setting. What do you think of Lady Wren?
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She takes it beyond just ghosts and gold. It becomes about ancient history, magic, and these two worlds colliding. And it makes you realize that the Winchester Mansion's secrets are way more than just some jewels or money.
They are. And these two, they walk into the mansion. And that's when things get crazy. It lives up to its haunted reputation. Rooms that change, doors that lead nowhere, whispers coming from the walls. The house is alive, this giant breathing maze. And they're trapped. What do you feel when you hear that?
Oh, just a sense of unease. You're lost, you're vulnerable, and the house itself is against you. It's like the house is a character, and it's a scary one.
Definitely. And as they go deeper, the ghosts get more intense. Tormented gunslingers, murdered workers, even spectral samurai. It turns out these ghosts are fueled by the dark magic of that cursed weapon they're both looking for. It's not just a haunted house, it's actively hostile. What do you think about that connection between the ghosts and the weapon?
It's smart. It gives the ghosts a purpose. It's not just random hauntings. It's a direct result of that weapon's evil. It makes the stakes even higher. Now they have to deal with each other, the ghosts, and this powerful evil.
They do. Which brings us to the Muramasa revolver, the object of their desire. It's not your average six-shooter, right? Forged from samurai steel, imbued with dark magic, but it carries a curse. Amazing power. But you're consumed by bloodlust and can't put it down. Talk about a double-edged sword.
Yeah, that's a classic temptation, right? Power with a price. You get this amazing ability, but it destroys you. It makes you think about what true strength is. Is it magic or is it self-control?
Absolutely. So the final showdown, it goes down in this hidden chamber deep within the mansion. But it's not just Jesse versus Wren. They're facing spectral enemies. Ghost gunslingers challenging Jesse, vengeful samurai from Wren's past, and the mansion itself is warping reality, trying to stop them. It's chaos. How does that feel?
Man, it's intense. It's not just about winning a fight. It's about survival. You're fighting ghosts, your past, and even reality itself.
Yeah. Jesse's ammo is low, Wren's blades are covered in, ghostly residue, and only one of them can get the Muramasa revolver. Whoever draws it, it might be the end, not just for their enemy, but for themselves too, with that curse. Talk about a Western standoff with a supernatural twist.
It's a race against time.
Okay.
Every decision matters.
Yeah.
And you just don't know who's going to make it out alive, or if they do, what will be left of them.
So, what are your big takeaways from the Winchester curse? It's this suspenseful blend of Western action, real horror, with that ninja lore mixed in. The story explores greed, obsession, how the past haunts us, and the danger of cursed objects. And like we said, the Winchester Mansion itself is this character, right? Creepy and menacing.
It is. It represents how our past mistakes and obsessions can come back to haunt us, literally. A warning to control our desires before they control us.
Great point. So there we have it. Two amazing journeys where the normal and the paranormal collide. In Gunslingers and Gods, a classic Western turns into a fight for Earth against ancient aliens.
Yeah.
And in the Winchester Curse, a haunted house traps a gunslinger and a ninja, forcing them to fight each other, ghosts, and dark magic.
It makes you think, what would you do in those situations?
Yeah. So we hope these stories sparked your imagination, maybe even made you want to read more flash fiction.
Yeah.
What grabbed you the most? Was it the cowboys and aliens? Or the ghost showdown in the haunted mansion?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Here's one last thought. Both stories deal with characters finding immense power. What do you think comes with that kind of power? What are the dangers of messing with forces we don't understand? It's a question those stories ask, and it's one we face in our own world today.
It is, and that's something to think about.
Thank you for joining us on this exploration of cowboys versus ninjas and beyond. We can't wait for our next adventure with you.
Rate and follow for more Cowboys versus Ninjas episodes.